What's going on, car nerds? Welcome back to the Field for Thought podcast. This is episode 44. I'm Jay,
I am Kevin.
as usual, and let's talk about something exciting, and that is our favorite supercar interiors. So I'll start. We're always talking about the best supercars, right? We always look at the outside, but if you own one of these things, you probably want to know what the inside looks like. And you probably want to feel as special as possible. So the mission for this was for us to find the ones that really stood out to us, which have the craziest features, look the craziest, and look, I guess, the most comfy and interesting to sit in. So without further ado, let's hop right in. So I'm gonna go down from 3 to 1. I've got 3, and then I think you have 3 as well, right?
Yep.
Perfect. All right. So the first one I want to talk about is the new Corvette, and this is the C8 Z06 interior. Now I'll put a photo in here, but I mean this thing looks phenomenal. Like you got the red leather. They finally kind of taken some inspiration from more European, more exotic cars, and they've really kind of outdone themselves in terms of, I've got a photo here of the C6 Z06, and like the difference is insane. I know, like it looks like the inside of a diesel truck.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty sad, but I mean 2 generations. Even the C7's nice, but then they stepped it up even more for the C8, and I mean this thing has a flat bottom and top steering wheel. You've got like the full red leather interior now, the full like LED display and everything. Like
That's gangster. The red leather. Ooh.
it is. It looks good, honestly. And like it's not just the seats, like it's everything. Like you have like literally the door frames and everything is red. You've got the entire dash is red, the middle console, everything. So I mean, it looks fantastic in my opinion.
I think my favorite part of this is only a few cars have done this in the past. Is like center everything towards the driver. So as you can see, like the passenger sees nothing. There's just like a wall here. All the controls are towards the driver, so they get full control.
Which is actually really sick. It's like exactly like you said. It's just like a cockpit for you to decide what happens.
And the passenger, well, you're just there.
Yeah, you can talk to them if you want. You don't have to. You can just shut up. Listen to that beautiful V8, but
exactly.
Anyway, that's just kind of the first one I wanted to point out because it's just worth mentioning how well the Americans have done with this one. So I mean, props to them.
I feel like the difference is the C8 Corvette. They took heavy inspiration from European cars, like
definitely.
The placement of the engine, the transmission, the new Z06 based on the 458, the interior. They just focused on refinement and quality. And
definitely.
I really like that about the Corvette. I don't know if I would buy one because it's so different.
Love the look.
And also, the look, especially the base model C8. It's just like, is that a truck? Or?
Yeah, it's like the people. That's the thing I don't like about it. It's like the people that don't know about it like it, and people that know what it is don't like it. So it's like
it doesn't feel like a Corvette anymore.
Yeah, that's exactly. Like the Corvette was always supposed to be like built on raw power. Like even like the C6, it as not nice as the interior is, like it looks like an aggressive car, and like people have turned those things into like crazy cammed race cars with like the slicks and everything. Like it's just like the heart of American muscle. But now look again, it's kind of lost that charm and gone more towards the American or the European feel.
Yeah.
Which is sweet, of course, but I don't know. It's not really. They're trying to do 2 things at once, so I don't think it's working very well. Anyways, the second one I want to talk about is of course, Koenigsegg Jesko. And honestly, this goes for all Koenigsegg interiors because they're ridiculous. And to be honest, this was a tricky debate between the number 1 spot and number 2 spot. But I mean, I'm looking at an example here of an orange and black interior, and like it's just so different than any other color. Like I've never seen orange in any other car unless it's like some hypercar. Like you never really see orange in like. Maybe I don't know if Lambo has it actually.
Yeah, it's not as bright though. I find this orange is just like
it's like sunset orange. Like it's really nice. And then like of course the attention to detail, the carbon fiber, the metal pieces, like everything is just so well refined. You can find the Koenigsegg logo pretty much everywhere. Like even the door handle, like the little lock thing is like a little like Koenigsegg logo. Like it's so sick. Like even I think the pedals even are like shaped like the logo. Like
I would assume so. Yeah.
It's just the attention to detail. Like Christian von Koenigsegg is so good at that. He always takes everything to the next level. And this isn't a future episode foreshadowing, but just like the attention to detail, how they're so OCD about, you know, building exactly what they want. And so that kind of is reflected in here. You also have that little window in the, you know, it's not quite a sunroof, but it just looks so unique because it's.
What do they call it, moonroof?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it's like instead of wide, it's long. So
yeah.
It looks really unique. And as usual with Koenigsegg, everything is driver focused. So I forget what model it is, but like where the driver's literally in the middle of the car. I don't know if it's could it be the F1 where they started doing that?
Is it for the F1?
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if
Koenigsegg.
I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe I'm mistaken. And then of course they have their iconic windshield wiper that stops in the middle of the windshield. So
yeah,
there's that, of course.
This thing's just like next level. Like even the windshield, it's like one long, huge wraparound. It's like a fighter jet.
It's insane. Even like what it would cost to like make that glass, like it's insane.
Oh, apparently, like if it's chipped, it takes like 3 months to replace.
Yeah, that doesn't even surprise me, honestly. But yeah, and then there's always those weird little quirks too, like how there's no door handles supposedly. Like there's like little ones, but they're very hard to see. There's not like an actual handle, and this varies by those like which car it is. Like the Regera does have visible door handles, and then like they change it slightly for each model. But honestly, just the attention to detail is insane, and even the fact that like a lot like Pagani, they also have their gear shifter, which can be, you know, it's a gated 6-speed manual, but it can also, if you slide it all the way to the right, it becomes like an automatic transmission with paddles.
Oh yeah, and then you see.
Yeah, C880. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's
insane. Yeah, like
I don't even understand how that works. Like
insane. Like it must
manual,
be so.
The clutch, but then it becomes an automatic.
Yeah, we'll talk about this in that episode, but actually, it's like that Lightspeed transmission or whatever. Like they built it themselves, which is insane. Like it knows how to sway. Like even like. If you're just in auto mode, it's dual clutch, and then obviously you have the paddles are just dual clutch, and then you also have manual. Like it's just weird. Everyone who drives it says it's just weird because you're so used to like it literally has like a full clutch too. So like you have to use the clutch with manual.
Yeah,
and then
I'm stoked about that episode.
Yeah, and then you slap it over, and then all of a sudden you don't have to use the clutch. You're just driving it in auto. It's like the weirdest but coolest thing. Like
yeah,
that's the best of both worlds. Like
that's crazy.
You can drive wherever you want. Because then, obviously, in the city, you just have an auto, and then you go on the back roads, pop it in manual, and just have a great time.
I hope that becomes the future.
Dude, same.
That would be so.
That would be so much fun. Like, I know it's probably expensive as hell, but like, even if they can bring it down to like the Lambo price point, like, fuck, that'd be nuts. Definitely wouldn't complain. But yeah, anyway, this was number 2 spot.
I love. Like just before we move on,
yeah.
Look at all the carbon fiber. Like,
it's impressive.
It's everywhere.
Like the door frames, even like if you look at the dash, like at the close to the windshield, like here. Also carbon.
Even
like,
look at this pillar.
Yeah,
like,
everything.
Who makes a pillar out of carbon?
Wouldn't even surprise me if the windshield wiper like thing is probably carbon as well.
That's crazy.
Maybe not for rocks. I don't know. Potentially, it could get ruined pretty easily. But
maybe.
Yeah, it's a crazy car. I really hope we get a chance to like sit in one of these at some point and admire how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
All right, and then the top one this is again a close call. Sorry. And this is the Huayra BC. This is tricky again, like I said, it's just this looks a little bit more Victorian, a little bit more futuristic. Like it's a little bit more my style, I would say, so it's more subjective than anything, but I have 2 color schemes here. There's one in blue and one in just like tan and black interior, but either one of them just looks insane. Like it looks like you're stepping into a spaceship. First of all, you have that seat that has like the little like, kind of V-shaped cutout. I don't know if you're supposed to hang your dick down there and piss or something. I don't know.
That's the thing I never understood. So even older Paganis had like, it's just a circle where your balls sit. I don't know.
It's a little sexist, isn't it? Like, what if a girl wants to drive this thing? Like,
yeah, I never understood the circle. Like, whatever. It's something.
It's very, very Italian of them, honestly. But
yeah, maybe it's for a harness.
Yeah,
like
that's that. Yeah, maybe it's like some like. Yeah, like an easy conversion to like some kind of harness. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, with this blue, like it's just such a unique blue. The carpets are blue and the seat is blue, and you have the black accents everywhere. You have the blue on the steering wheel, on the sides, in the middle. Like it's just, again, with the carbon, the attention to detail, and again, it has that same type of transmission where you can have it in auto or manual. So, I mean, what's not to love? And even if you look at like, it's hard to see in these photos, and hopefully you guys can see it clear on the screen, but like, even like the metal dials and stuff, it's insane like how nicely it's designed, and just like again, focused on the driver. That's like the whole experience. So it's like,
I love, my favorite part is the gear knob.
yeah, yeah.
How they've always claimed this, they want it to be a centerpiece.
Yeah.
Like, that's why you have the full exposed mechanism.
Yeah, that's
like,
a good point.
Seeing the shift patterns and all that, it's a huge thing for them. And I love that it sounds so quirky. Like, most people are just like, oh, it's just shoving gear knob, like, whatever here.
Yeah.
But these guys spent so much time, like, making it perfect.
Yeah, I agree, and that's actually good thing you reminded me, because this is actually the first reason I chose this one is for those mechanical gears, because I watched a video on this, and I'll try to find it and link it below if I can find it, but there's literally, like, you can see, like, they do like a slow-mo of like when they change the gear, and you can see like how all the gears change to like make it shift so smoothly, and it's just so impressive.
Yeah.
So definitely love this one. But yeah, so those are mine three. You want to do yours now? Did you have any particular order for yours, or?
I'm just gonna go down the list. Like, number one is, I guess, the less impressive. So I missed the memo about Supercar. So none of mine is Supercars.
It doesn't really matter, honestly. It's just interiors in general. So
yeah,
whatever.
But these are gonna be my top 3 favorite interiors. So number one, you're gonna hate me for this, the Brabus G-Wagon.
Why did I predict that?
So, G-Wagon itself has a nice-ish interior.
And it's Mercedes. It's always nice. But.
Yeah, but it's not like, wow, like impressive.
Mm-hmm.
But Brabus takes it to the next level. So they do, it's hella expensive, but they do a complete overhaul of the leather. So every single piece of leather is taken out. Even the roof, you can do like moonlight or the starlight, like the Rolls Royce. And then you can do a complete color like overhaul.
That's
so it's
you can choose what color, or?
Yeah, so you get to choose, and it's like singular color. So as you can see here, they chose orange.
Yeah.
And they every single piece of leather is ripped out and changed. Even the carpets, everything like that.
That's a lot of work.
It is, and that's why it's so expensive, because it's very manual.
That's crazy, yeah.
And then you can change all the touch points. So in here they went with like metal, but you can do like carbon fiber. Some are like gold. So you can do piano black. So a lot of customization that goes into this, and they specialize in like really bright leathers. So I think my favorite is like they did a light blue or a kind of like Tiffany blue.
Ooh, that's nice.
Those are
that looks so good with like a. I've always thought like a nice like like the Nardo gray, like something like that, or like a matte black, like that would look insane with those two colors.
Yeah, and it just like really pops, and I love the subtle exterior with like insane bright interior.
True, I agree.
Kind of like I had with my Beamer. It's like white exterior and kind of
red interior. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you get in and it's like wow, like vibrant.
Yeah, it's like it makes it so much more of like an experience when you get in. It's like I know I have a black interior in my car and black exterior, but like next car would be cool to have like a red or I feel like red's probably the most common other than black. Maybe tan.
Yeah.
Tan's not that impressive, but it can look really nice.
It's all about execution and like balance. So yeah, like I think like you mentioned, like a Nardo gray G-Wagon with a light blue interior, a baby blue interior.
And then imagine just like the brake calipers also that same blue.
Imagine, yeah, that would be so sick.
Damn.
So yeah, and they even did, I think when for Kobe or something like that, they did like a Lakers theme, so it was like
that's sick.
Purple and gold interior. That was actually pretty cool.
That's perfect for them to do, because like you said, they like specialize in that kind of thing. So
yeah, so that's number 3. My second pick is Bentley and Aston Martin.
Okay.
So they have this, it's kind of like ad persona for Lamborghini. It's called Q Division.
Okay. So this is for any Bentley or Aston Martin?
Yeah.
Okay.
And well, any with leather, like sports cars are usually Alcantara, so you can't really modify it that much. But any leather you can like fully kit out to what you want. And I provide an example here. It's a Bentayga Aston Martin DBX, and like the insane blue, insane color.
It looks really nice.
And this is like from factory, colored leather everywhere. It's on the roof, it's on the dash, it's the doors, you can match. I kind of match the carpet. You can't really see it, but
Yeah.
the carpet's blue as well.
It's a lot of blue though.
Yeah, like it.
There's almost nothing else.
Yeah, like it gets a little bit overwhelming,
It
but
does look good for sure.
yeah, from factory. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Like
Like I don't think anyone else does that from factory. Not to this level.
yeah.
I don't think.
I guess the Corvette that we saw.
True, but even that, like the steering wheel wasn't fully
Yeah.
colored. So like this is like a full blue steering wheel. Like there's nothing that's not blue on there.
Exactly. So this is so nice, and then you can change the finishes. So I chose piano black.
That's nice.
So you can do like wood, metal, carbon fiber.
So like if you're already going for a color, like don't get wood. Like
Yeah.
unless you're doing like I don't know, maybe like a tan would look good with red or
Yeah.
with wood. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like a red or a blue wouldn't really go well. I think, but
You gotta go black, something dark.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, this
is taste. But
This is so nice. The thing that I'm curious about though is like, how would that work, like longevity?
good point.
Because you see a lot of leathers like fade. Black is easier-ish because it'll fade, but it's not like drastically
It's more like
changing.
cracking. I find like
Yeah.
it'll like crease and then there it'll like lose its color. I think. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm curious how that'll happen. Yeah, I wonder like especially if you're sliding your ass in and out of the seat every time, like if it'll like start to wear
Yeah.
the color off. Yeah.
Because there's a few owners of the original, or I guess the early G-Wagons that ordered the white leather. And after a while getting in and out with jeans, the blue stain from the jeans actually rubbed onto the white leather.
Oh shit.
And that was like almost impossible to get out.
Damn, that's not great.
So they were like,
I'd always be scared with white leather. Like even just eating anything in your car, like you'd have to have like a strict no car, no drink policy, because it just wouldn't work well. And it can't be a fast car, so don't shit your pants. 'Cause that wouldn't go well either.
brown stains, yeah. And then like at that point you can't go biking because then you'll get in your
Yeah.
car, and so it becomes like,
Yeah, I feel like black's definitely the safest, but also the most boring. So it's like I don't know. It's definitely a trade-off.
yeah, you can do like darkish colors because light
Yeah.
colors is
I feel like saddle brown is like a nice color.
yeah, for sure. And then the last pick, well, I could not.
Nah, you cannot go wrong with that.
Yeah, Rolls Royce, obviously they're king of the game.
Of course. That's literally what their entire MO is focused on.
Yeah.
Is interiors.
Interiors. It is insane. Like I recommend spending just like an hour in a configurator just to see the amount of options they have. It is insane how.
Is that every model?
Yeah.
Really?
And even like the process of buying a Rolls Royce. So I got to see one in Toronto. They have like a whole showroom where you go in there, and this takes multiple days to spec out your Rolls Royce because they have like 15 different colors of leather, but then it's like you can customize it 50 different ways, and that's just the leather. Then you got like stitching, you got your padding, there's so much going
But
on.
that's the sick thing though, like, cause pretty much once you get your Rolls Royce delivered, like almost nobody has the same spec as you.
That's kind of the MO,
Yeah.
to have not really one of one, but like pretty much one spec of one spec.
That's awesome, honestly.
You won't really have another like
Yeah.
Rolls Royce the same.
That's sick.
So yeah, it's a piece of art, really.
Yeah,
is
that's literally what it is. Yeah.
And speaking of pieces of art, so the front passenger thing, like usually it's just a piece of plastic or some like carbon fiber, but in there, the recent Rolls Royces, they started putting like, it's called art display. So it's like a depth, like a thing of depth where there's like different layers of art. I kind of showed it here. It's hard to see, but it's like a 3D art display in your dash.
That's sick.
And you can pick whatever you want.
Really?
Some people have like paintings of flowers. This one's like, it's hard to explain. It's like metal strings, but at different depths. So it looks like a sculpture.
That's a really nice touch, actually.
Yeah, and you can do whatever you want. If you have a brand, like, if you're the CEO of Gucci, you could do some design of Gucci in there.
That'd be awesome, actually.
Obviously, you have to pay a premium.
Of course. Curious if there's a day and age where they just put a screen in there, like a really high quality screen, and do the same thing. I don't know.
I think they might in the new one.
Yeah, I could see it happening, honestly. Because then you can also, like, you can buy art digitally and, like, have it displayed on there or something.
Yeah, and then to me the craziest thing is you can customize. So you know how there's a clock, like it's right here. You
Yeah,
can see
yeah.
here. You can customize that as well.
Really?
And I think the most expensive clock to be put in a Rolls Royce was like 250,000.
Just put a Rolly in your dashboard or what?
Essentially, like they put a Rolex in their Rolls Royce.
That's insane. Yeah, it's just like an extra flex, you know? And just an entire another value of a car in your
Yeah.
little clock.
And I would love to drive one of these just to experience.
Yeah, the riding on
Rolls-Royce,
air.
yeah.
I've actually heard that they've introduced now a new. This might be a couple years old at this point. I don't know, but like that the speakers actually act as like noise cancellation
Yeah.
for like road noise. So I want to experience that because I have like AirPod Pros and a lot of people probably do listening. But like you know how crazy it is to like have ambient noise and then just put those in and it just goes away. So I'm curious what that would be like in a car. Like it'd be weird.
Yeah, well, I know the 7 Series, which I guess is now more affordable, has that because it's the same technology.
Right.
BMW owns Rolls-Royce, or owns part of Rolls-Royce. So yeah, you can get it in the 7 Series.
That's pretty sweet too.
So you don't have to spend Rolls-Royce money to experience it. But yeah, I would love to just try it.
Same. Just feel like, especially like the air suspension. Apparently, it's like the most comfortable ride. So yeah, definitely have to ride one of these.
Yeah. So, did we change your mind? Would you trade your number one for my number one?
And that's a hard one. I feel like I definitely chose a different category than you did, but that's
Yeah.
okay. I feel like there's different reasons. You know what I mean? Like if you want to be driven around or your like sole goal is comfort, I'd probably choose the Rolls Royce over all of
Yeah.
them. But then again, if you're going for like driver experience and like you want some like insane powerhouse and you're gonna be the driver, then I'd definitely go for like the Huayra BC or the like any Koenigsegg.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you?
I think I go with the same thing as you. Like, you can't really compare Rolls Royce to
Exactly.
Huayra. So, yeah, I guess the challenge kind of got derailed.
Oh well, it's still interesting to look at these and like hopefully you guys can see these photos and kind of get an idea of like what's what. But like Kevin said, spend some time on this configurator because it's pretty sick. Like you can see, you know, what you can do and stuff.
I made the ugliest Rolls Royce I could possibly do. It was like dandelion yellow interior with wood and green exterior. It was so bad.
You should start posting that on our Instagram.
I think
Try
I
to
did.
Get, oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, just a troll. I was like, oh, here's my favorite spec.
That's exactly what I was going to recommend you do. So that's perfect. But yeah, I'm actually going to a Rolls Royce event with a friend on Wednesday, so I might have to do a recap on that. Could be
Oh, nice.
interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what it's going to entail, but I mean, yeah, we'll see. I'll take some photos and videos.
Yeah,
But yeah, cool guys. All right, anything else you want to add?
that's it.
Sweet. Well, thank you guys for watching. This has been episode 44, and we'll see you next week for episode 45. Goodbye.